So I'll give a short recap of what we have learned. Okay, we are learning fundamental unit of life, and that is cell. Okay, first we'll go through this. See, so Robert Hooke discovered cell. He discovered dead cell. Okay, everyone, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah, everyone, switch on your cameras. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Thank you, Advita.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Shaitan.
Ma'am, can I quickly drink water and come?
Yeah, you can do it. Okay, so he used self-made microscope and discovered dead cell. That is, which cell he found? This cork cell. Okay, he found honey-like structure, which he called it as cell. Next, we'll go to the okay. Now we see the composition.
Ma'am, I came back.
Okay, Anita. See, on the basis of the number of cells, they are classified into two categories. That is unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular have only a single cell, okay? And multicellular have many cells. And in unicellular organism, a single cell does all the work. And in multicellular organism, there is an organism which do the work, the different functions. So here in unicellular, no division of labor. And what are the examples? Amoeba or unicellular organism. 1 minute. I need to take my pen. See, amoeba and Chlamydomonas, paramecium. Then we have here fungi, plants, animals, including humans. So this is Chlamydomonas and this is paramecium and these all are bacteria, different types of bacteria. Okay? Now next, shapes and size of the cell. See, different like some cells have specific shape and some cells have changing shapes. Like WBC and amoeba, they change their shape. Their shape is not fixed, and size of the cell also it varies. For mycoplasma, it is 0.1 to 0.5 μm, and ostrich is the largest cell. It is 18 centimeters. Then longest cell of the human body is nerve cell. Okay, see here.
Ma'am, nerve cell.
Yeah, Advika?
Ma'am, nerve cell is the longest one, right?
Yeah.
And ma'am, what was the largest one again?
The largest is egg cell, ostrich egg. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now here you see there are different kinds of cells. See, each of different shapes and sizes. Okay. Now here we are having a function of cells. See, shape and size of cells are related to the specific function they perform. Okay, according to the shape and size, they perform their function. And I have already told you, multicellular organisms like human beings perform their function by division of labor. Okay, see there are cell organelles which perform specific functions. This is our animal cell and this is our plant cell. And here I have shown you the plant and animal cells. Here we can see that cell membrane is contained within both plant and animal cells. Nucleus is there in both plants and animal cells. Then cytoplasm is there in both plants and animal cells. Mitochondria is there in both plants and animal cells. You have this centromere which is only present in animal cells, and cell wall is only present in plant cells. Okay. Now this
chloroplasts are only present in plant cells.
What?
Ma'am, only chloroplasts are present in plant cells.
Yes, correct. Great. So everyone understood, right? Now we have the plasma membrane. Yeah. Last time I taught you about the plasma membrane, right? We can go in depth about this plasma membrane. How does it look like? It looks like this. And this is fluid model of plasma membrane. And this is most famous model. Okay, it was given by Singer and Nichols. You can remember this, right? This will be there in competitive exams. You can.
Ma'am, this is what the model is called.
This is This is the model for plasma membrane. Okay, these scientists came up with this idea that plasma membrane looks like this.
Okay.
They researched and they found like it should be like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shaizan, understood? Asbika,
Yes, ma'am. I understood.
yum. Now, you can see here, it is made up of lipids and proteins. Like this, we have like this, right? Here, so it's like this, right here. This is phospholipid. This is lipid. This is one layer of lipid, and this is another. See, this is one layer of lipid, and this is another. So it is called lipid bilayer. Understood, Shaitan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is plasma membrane made up of, Shaitan?
No, actually.
Yeah. Okay, Shaitan. Can you jump?
Hmm?
Can you jump?
Right now.
Yeah, jump. I think your energy is low and your.
Ma'am, today I'm not feeling well actually.
Okay. You can drink water.
I take off this thing. I'm not well today actually.
Okay.
Headache.
Yeah. Did you have medicine?
Huh?
Did you have medicine? No.
Ma'am, nobody knows that I'm not well.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself because this is like you're studying and you need energy and you have to be well, to study well to get good marks, right? And score high, then whatever you want to achieve, right? Then what about Razi?
Ma'am,
Tell
then I'll
me.
it also okay.
Yeah, Razi, tell me what a plasma membrane made up of?
Non-lipid.
And
Lipid.
and
protein.
yes, great, good. This is not here.
Ma'am, it is known as lipid layer, no? Layer.
Bilayer. Bi.
Oh.
Lipid bilayer. Bi means two layers. See, there are here one layer. You can find this is the lipid. One layer of lipid. This. You can see here. This is one layer of lipid. And this is another layer of lipid. So it is called lipid bilayer. Understood? Arham? Great.
I'm going to read what now?
Yes, Arham?
You called me, right?
Yeah, I was telling you. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you. Then next.
You can explain it again once again, please.
Yeah. Shaitan?
Explain once again.
Okay, I was telling this is the diagram for plasma membrane and this is fluid mosaic model. Okay, this thing. And this was given by Singer and Dickinson. Okay, and so basically it is made up of lipid and protein. And what type of lipid? There's lipid bilayer. Okay, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
You got it? Okay, good. Then see, I told lipid and protein, right? So here we are having our protein, different kinds of protein. See, this is protein channel, transport protein. This is transport protein. And here we are having the alpha helix protein. And this is integral protein. This is peripheral protein. That means this is at the edge. Okay, I'll use different color for protein. Okay, this is globular protein. Globular. Yeah, Zikra, did you understand?
Ma'am,
Yeah, what did you understand?
plasma membrane is made up of lipids and protein.
Yes, great. Then who made this? What is this model called?
Cytoplasm.
What is this model called?
Ma'am, it's called lipid bipolar.
What is this model called? This plasma membrane model? Fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model. Great. Yes, great. Perfect. Great. So fluid mosaic model. Okay.
Oh, you want to take a nurse? Fluid?
Fluid mosaic model. Everyone got it?
Ma'am.
So then there are like different types of protein. There are peripheral protein, integral protein, and globular proteins, and intrinsic, extrinsic. These all are types of protein. You don't need to go detail into that, but you have to know. Peripheral means it's at the corner, okay, of the plasma membrane, and integral, it's basically permanently attached to this plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is there, right? It is permanently attached to the plasma membrane. That's why it is called integral protein. And this globular protein, it's like glob-like structure. That's why it is called globular protein. Then intrinsic.
Ma'am, what is extracellular fluid? It is written on the.
Yeah, this is extracellular fluid. It is like this. Now we are having cytoplasm, right? We are having our cytoplasm here, right? And this is the outside part. There will be some spaces, right?
Ma'am, your voice is got cut in the middle.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now you're audible. While
Yeah.
explaining your voice, ma'am.
Okay. See, this is the, suppose if the cell is like this, right? There is like
Yes.
some gap between them. This is called the extracellular fluid. Here you have these spaces, right? Inside that we will have the extracellular fluid. Understood, Shazan? Understood, right? So this is outside part of the cell. Okay, Advita?
Yes, ma'am.
Inside we are having our cytoplasm. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
which you are going to learn.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Then
Ma'am, what does cytoplasm do?
yeah, cytoplasm is like it is fluid substance, and it has all the organelles embedded into it, and it helps the organelles to send the foods and all the stuff
Yes, ma'am.
to the organelles. Okay, now we are having this. What was the telling? Yeah, I'll tell you. This is nitrogenous base of alcohol, phosphate. This is phospholipid and it has all this stuff. This is the composition of phospholipid. This is phosphate. Then it is attached to the nitrogenous base or alcohol. Nitrogenous base, I think you know, adenine, cytosine, guanine. Have you learned?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just know there's something called nitrogenous base. Okay, and here we are having our phosphate, and here it is glycerol. Okay, glycerol. And from there we have two fatty acid attached. Okay, this two fatty acid. This is the shape of the phospholipid.
Ma'am, what is a glycerol?
This is also a complex chemical.
Ma'am, what is it like? What does it do?
Yeah, it is a chemical substance. Okay, it is the structure. Inside that we have this.
Yes, ma'am.
You no need to know about that. Only I'm telling the structure of this thing. Okay. Now we have this. This is non-polar. This thing, this fatty acid is non-polar. Okay. That means, see, 1 minute. Here we have this thing, right? What do I mean by non-polar? It means it is hydrophobic. That means it fears water. It doesn't like to contact with the water. And this head structure, right? This structure, this whole thing, it is hydrophilic. It likes getting in contact with the water. Okay, understood? Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm going to drink some
Polar. Yes. Polar head and non-polar head. Okay. These are the things about the structure of this lipid. Okay. Now we'll go into the transport in the plasma membrane. First, I have to tell you, right? Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of this.
Can you read?
Okay. And it is thin, delicate, and selectively permeable.
What is the sign? What does it say?
Yes, Advita?
Ma'am, when you say selectively permeable, do you mean semi-permeable?
Yeah.
Ma'am, like only some of the small particles can pass through it.
Yeah, some of them can pass through, and some of them require special transport system to pass through. Okay. I'm back. Yes. Delicate means it is soft. It's very delicate. It is thin, delicate, and selectively permeable. Now we have the transport across the plasma membrane. we have here simple diffusion. Wait, in transport we have one transport, passive, active. Okay, passive and active. Passive, it doesn't require the.
Ma'am, can you scroll a little up for 1 second? Ma'am, can you scroll a little up? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Active, passive and active. In the passive transport, there is the movement of molecules from low concentration, no, from high concentration to low concentration, right? And this, and suppose we have to transfer from high concentration to low concentration, then we'll require energy. So in that, we call that type of transport as active transport. It will require energy like ATP. Okay. Now inside this passive transport, I'm writing it here. There are simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion.
Ma'am, what is this that you've written? Ma'am, what is this diffusion?
Which one?
Ma'am, the one that starts. Ma'am, what is in the middle? The one before osmosis.
It's partly like what it is written in the middle one.
This one, facilitated.
Oh.
Facilitated.
Ma'am, I can't understand. Ma'am, can you write it more clear? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This simple diffusion, inside that we are having our lipid soluble. Then alcohol. Can you mute yourself at a one? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This is lipid soluble, which we have learned in the previous class, right?
CO2 and
Alcohol. Then lipid insoluble. Okay. Lipid soluble. This is simple diffusion. Like in the membrane, it doesn't stop. It just allows free entry because this is lipid soluble. Like it is like the lipid only. So it goes in. It is soluble in lipid, so it goes in. Suppose in water, when we add salt, right? It is soluble, right? So it mixes with them, right? Likewise, in lipid soluble, this oxygen and carbon dioxide in alcohol, it is lipid soluble. So we have this layer, right? Lipid bilayer, right? So it just passes through it. There is no additional requirement for this, okay? Which we have learned in the previous classes, right? How does it go, Arham? How does it happen? How does this happen?
What, ma'am?
How does oxygen, carbon dioxide comes in and goes out of the cell?
From the cells, they go down using there was some word for that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, because
Diffusion.
Diffusion. Say that is simple diffusion from high concentration to low concentration. Suppose the cell is having more carbon dioxide inside the cell. So what will happen? It will get out.
Yeah. And if there's more oxygen around the cell, the oxygen will move in.
Yes, like that. This is like
which is higher concentration, oxygen or carbon dioxide?
Well, it doesn't matter. Here, what we do in respiration, what happens? We breathe in oxygen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we are having we have more carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide goes outside.
Okay.
Okay. And oxygen comes in. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Simple diffusion because it is lipid soluble. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now in lipid insoluble, we have this. This is not there in your CBSE book. This lipid insoluble. It is just for the knowledge. I'm going to tell you two types: protein channel and gated channel. See, this is the protein channel. Understood? So here in lipid insoluble, the substrate passes through protein channel or gated channel.
okay.
Okay. For example, we have sodium channel where only the sodium comes in and goes out. Okay, and we have potassium channel. Understood? And in gated channel, there is like open and close. You have uh, it opens and closes. Okay, this channel, if we want the entry of some substance, it will open. If doesn't want, it will close. Okay. For this, we have example voltage gated types, ligand gated,
How much is voltage gated?
voltage gated in response to change the chemical potential. We have the gate will close or open accordingly.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is ligand gated?
Ligand gated according to the chemical substance.
Okay.
It opens or closes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And for mechanical, according to the mechanical substance, like mechanical stimuli, like touch and all that signals, we have the mechanical gate. Understood? This all. Now we have the facilitated diffusion. Here there is requirement for carrier protein. What happens here is this, suppose this is the carrier protein and we want some substance, it doesn't go inside, right? So protein can go inside the cell. So what happens in the cytoplasm? Not in the, plasma membrane. So what happens? The substance attaches to the protein, and while protein moves, it also is attaches, right? So it also goes in the plasma membrane. So it is facilitated diffusion. It requires carrier protein. This happens with the highly charged or big molecules. Okay.
Ma'am, I didn't understand the last point about the highly charged and the big molecules.
The substance which uses the facilitated diffusion, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It is highly charged or big molecules. Okay. With the substance which is highly charged or which is big molecules like the glucose, right? It requires carrier protein. Okay.
Ma'am, so the substance is just going
Carrier.
Ma'am, what does carrier mean?
Carrier means it carries something. Like protein, it carries this substance and goes. Suppose you are like Arham has ability to go somewhere, okay, but you don't have. So what will happen? Arham will take you and go.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Suppose Arham is invited into a party, and so what he does, he doesn't want to go alone, so he took you and went, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So he carries you and going, okay? This is how because you can't go there, so you need help from someone, right? Okay. You guys understood, Shazan?
Understood.
Ikra?
Just 543.
Okay, next one, Neeraj.
Okay. Say to me once again. Okay. Raji? Yes, what did you didn't understand? Just tell me. Ma'am, the whole facilitated diffusion. Okay. In the facilitated diffusion, what we are having is the substance require the medium to go inside the plasma membrane to move through this, to move. Okay, so the protein carries it. So this is called the facilitated diffusion or carrier mediated diffusion. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Understood, everyone? And plasma membrane is also known as, I think everybody knows.
Ma'am, ma'am, are you talking about like the model?
No. I'm talking about plasma membrane is also known as cell membrane. Yes, correct. Great. You have to know that. Those are the basics. Okay.
The plasma is also known as
Cell membrane.
what?
Oh,
Cell membrane.
Oh,
Okay, next we have the osmosis. I think osmosis I have already
Ma'am, you told us before, ma'am, it's the water one.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
water yes, yes. Diffusion of the water. The simple
Yes.
way we can say. What is osmotic pressure?
Ma'am, pressure from the below cells.
In the simple words,
Ma'am, pressure from the root cells.
pressure required to stop osmosis. Everyone understood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I have talked about the hypotonic. Where is that? Here, right? Hypotonic. We call this as, here we have, right? Hypotonic. What is that? This is called endoosmosis. They gain water and swell up. This is called endoosmosis. I have left this part. You have to know this, endoosmosis. And for hypertonic, the cells shrink and it is called as exoosmosis. Okay? Everyone understood? I think I have done this part also, osmosis.
Hypertonic are the ones that have concentration lesser than water, right?
Yes, in the hypotonic, we have the high concentration of water outside. Inside we have very low. So it will get inside. The water will get inside the cell. Okay? And it will swell up. And this osmosis is called endoosmosis.
Hypotonic is just opposite of hypertonic.
Yes. In the isotonic, we don't have any changes because the same amount of water goes in and goes out. Everyone understood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Next we have this. Okay, we have talked about simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, osmosis. So passive transport is over. Now here we are having the active transport. This active transport also requires carrier protein. It is mainly of type primary and secondary. In active transport, you require energy. Why you require energy? Because it goes against the diffusion. See, for diffusion from high concentration to
low concentration.
low concentration for diffusion, right? But in active transport, what happens? From low concentration,
Goes to the high concentration.
so for this we require energy. Energy can be in the form of ATP or some other energy also. Okay, so these all about the plasma membrane. So our topic for plasma membrane is over. Okay, in the next class we'll talk about the cell wall. Do you guys have any doubts? Just tell me. Are you able to understand?
I have doubt in active
I'm able to
I'm
understand.
little bit yes, little bit no.
Yeah. What, Razi?
Ma'am, I have a doubt in active transport.
In active transport, okay. So what we are having in active transport, what happens? The transport of molecules from low concentration to high concentration with the help of ATP, energy molecules, energy, okay?
Okay.
And it also requires carrier protein. It can't go inside by itself. It's not like simple diffusion.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, it's like facilitated diffusion.
Yeah, it's like facilitated diffusion, but it is not like facilitated diffusion. From high concentration to low concentration, it is not going like that. You have to understand this. You have to remember this. Here we have only this. low concentration to high. This is for the diffusion
Okay.
or the diffusion. Okay, everyone understood? Zikra?
Yes.
Zikra understood. Arham and Advika
Yes, ma'am, I understood.
understood, right? Okay. Then thank you guys. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.